Before we begin, we would like to encourage our audience to access today's platform with a laptop or a desktop for best experience and resolution. Yang berbahagia Lieutenant General Datuk Wira Arman Rumaizi bin Haji Ahmad, Vice Chancellor Universiti Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. Yang berusaha Profesor Dr. Jawati binti Juhari, Director Language Centre UPNM. Yang berusaha Dr. Erdawati binti Baka, Deputy Director Research and Postgraduate Studies Language Centre UPNM. Yang berusaha Lieutenant Colonel Hilmi Azani bin Hussein, Deputy Director, Undergraduate and Students Affairs, Language Centre, UPNM. Respected judges, participants, academic staff, and fellow guests of our live streaming today. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good day, and Salam Malaysia Madani. Welcome to the official ceremony of the Language Research and Innovation Competition, Laric 2025, jointly organized by the Language Centre and the Office of Deputy Vice Chancellor, Research and Innovation, Universiti Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. This competition highlights the theme, Language as a Catalyst for Unity, Innovations in Language Education. I am Dr. Kamarul Arifin bin Ahmad, and I will be your host for today. We are honored to have all of you here today online, and we thank everyone for the support and participation we have received in making this competition a success from day one. For your kind attention, to ensure that you receive the best resolution, we strongly encourage our audience to access the meeting platform with a computer. Let's now stand together for our national anthem, Negaraku, and the university song, Capai Gemilang. Ladies and gentlemen, let me briefly share the tentative schedule of our event today. Right after the prayer recital, we will listen to the officiating speech, followed by the welcoming speech. We will then proceed with our keynote speeches with a short break in between, and we will end today's event with the announcements of winners. We would like to inform the audience that there will be several photography sessions. The first one will take place after the first keynote speech, followed by a second one after our second keynote speech, and the last one before we end today's event. Don't be shy to strike a pose. We would like to also inform the audience that this live session is available for live streaming via our YouTube channel. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let us begin our event today with the prayer recital by our very own Mr. Dini Ashraf bin Salihan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alamin. Wassalatu wassalamu ala ashrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin. Wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wa man tabi'ahum bi ihsan ila yaumiddin. Allahumma inna nas'aluka anni ashhadu annaka antallahu la ilaha illa antal ahadus samad alladhi lam yalid wa lam yulad wa lam yakul lahu kufuwan ahad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala ali Muhammad. Allahumma inna nas'aluka al-afiyata min kulli baliyah wa nas'aluka tamama al-ghina'a lin-nas. Allahumma habbib ilayna al-iman wa zayyinhu fi qulubina wa karrih ilayna al-kufra wal-fusuq wal-isyan waj'alna min ar-rashidin. Allahumma inna nas'aluka hubbak wa hubba man yuhibbuk wa hubba amala yuqarribuna ila hubbik. Ya Allah, ya Tuhan kami, Engkaulah yang maha pemurah lagi maha mengasihani. Pada hari yang penuh berkah ini, kami bermunajat penuh syukur atas setiap nikmat dan hidayah-Mu yang mengizinkan berlangsungnya Language Research and Innovation Competition Laric 2025. Ya Allah, jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba yang bersyukur kepadamu dan Kau limpahkanlah kepada setiap yang berjasa dan telah mengerah tenaga dalam melaksanakan tanggungjawab untuk penganjuran Laric 2025 ini dengan rezeki kesihatan dan kebahagiaan yang berlipat kali ganda. Kau berikanlah juga ilham dan iltizam buat setiap peserta Laric 2025 agar terus dapat memacu langkah menuju kecemerlangan dan kejayaan di atas trajektori akademik masing-masing. Kau jadikanlah jua Laric 2025 ini sebagai salah satu wahana pengkayaan ilmu bahasa yang dapat mencambah minda dan kreativiti para penggiatnya untuk terus menggilap pemikiran kritis dan inovatif yang sejajar dengan teras kesarjanaan dalam plan strategik UPNM 30 serta menyumbang untuk manfaat masyarakat umum. Ya Allah, the most merciful, the most compassionate, grace and guide us to your righteous path and shower us with your divine mercy. Grant us with iman, health and joy, as well as to our parents, children, teachers and friends. Make us servants whom will always be grateful to you with what you provide us with. In conjunction with the Laric 2025 today, we ask you to facilitate the success of our event and all our affairs. Grant us wisdom, beneficial knowledge, goodly provision, and acceptable deeds. Award the participants and the committee members of Laric 2025 with success in their work. May the success last throughout our journey to contribute to the numerous future inventions for the betterment of language learning communities together with the public. Ya Allah, God of infinite bounties, help and protect the people of Palestine, ease their pain and suffering, bestow your mercy upon them, strengthen their bond so that they reach triumph in liberating their land. Allahumma inna nas'aluka salamatan fid din, wa afiyatan fil jasad, wa ziyadatan fil ilm, wa barakatan fil rizq, wa taubatan qabla al-maut, wa rahmatan indal maut, wa maghfiratan ba'dal maut. Allahumma inna na'udzubika min ilmin la yadfa' wa min qalbi la yakhsha' wa min nafsi la tashba' wa min da'wati la yustajabu laha. Allahumma inna nas'aluka 'ilman nafi'a wa rizqan tayyiba wa 'amalan mutaqabbala. Allahumma ij'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruquna min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al fina shaqiyyan wa la mahruma. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. صلى الله على محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم والحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you, Mr. Dini Ashraf, for the prayer. Now let's sit back and enjoy a brief montage for this year's Laric. Ladies and gentlemen, let us now listen to Yang Berbahagia Lieutenant General Datuk Wira Arman Rumaizi bin Haji Ahmad, the Vice Chancellor of University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia, in his speech to officiate the Language Research and Innovation Competition Laric 2025.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Distinguished delegates, guests, fellow academic, researchers and students, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. A very good morning and salam Malaysia Madani. First of all, welcome to the Language Research and Innovation Competition 2025, or called Laric 2025. On behalf of the organizing committee, I'm truly delighted to see all of you here. This year we stand guided by the theme Language as a Catalyst for Unity, Innovation in Language Education, which reaffirms our commitment to fostering unity and promoting progress through the transformative power of language. It is a timely and important message, especially in today's diverse and interconnected world. Language is not just about grammar and vocabulary. It is how we build understanding, break down barriers, and connect with one another. At its heart, language is about people. This is what Laric is all about, bringing people together through ideas, innovations, and shared passion for language. Now, as part of our bigger visions at the National Defence University of Malaysia, we are all moving towards UPNM 30. Our strategic plan is to become a respected and leading defense and security university by the year 2030. UPNM 30 is focusing on academic excellence, impactful research, global recognition, and producing graduates who are not only competent but also patriotic and ethically grounded. Ladies and gentlemen, so how does Laric fit into this bigger picture? Laric supports UPNM 30 in three key ways. First, encouraging high-quality research in language studies and promoting creative, effective approach to teaching and learning. This initiative reinforces the academic strength and advances the research prominence of the National Defence University of Malaysia at both national and international levels. Second, creating a platform for academics and students to share knowledge, best practices and experiences. This endeavour strengthens the academic culture at the National Defence University of Malaysia and prepares generations of thinkers, leaders and educators to lead the way forward. And third, fostering collaborations among researchers, both within National Defence University of Malaysia and with other institutions, because we know that meaningful innovations often come from working together across disciplinary and borders. This conference represents a greater purpose. It is a reflection of something much greater, a commitment to excellence, to nation building, and to the values that lie at the heart of the National Defence University of Malaysia. Ladies and gentlemen, before I conclude, I would like to congratulate the Language Centre for taking the initiative to curate an academic event that is truly visionary and impactful. I'll also take this moment to extend my highest appreciations to the committee whose dedications have made these events a reality, and to the organizing committee for their impressive commitment and tireless effort. To all participants, may you embrace this platform to its fullest and turn it into an opportunity for growth and excellence. Share your ideas, learn from one another, and above all, believe in the power of language to transform minds, communities, and nations. At Laric 2025, may the knowledge we create today become the foundations of tomorrow and guide us as we shape the future together under UPNM 30. With that, I'm honored to officially open Laric 2025, and I extend my best wishes for each of you a meaningful, engaging and inspiring journey throughout these events. Once again, thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and salam sejahtera.
We would like to convey our special thanks to Yang Berbahagia Lieutenant General Datuk Wira Arman Rumaizi bin Haji Ahmad for the speech and for officiating our event this morning. Distinguished guests, respected judges and participants, ladies and gentlemen, moving on, let us now listen to the welcoming speech by our very own Director of UPNM's Language Centre, Professor Dr. Jawati binti Johari.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera and a very good morning to everyone. Distinguished guests, respected judges, fellow academics, dear students, and all participants of Laric 2025. As the Director of the Language Centre, it gives me great pleasure to welcome all of you to the second installation of Language Research and Innovation Competition 2025, or as we fondly call it, Laric 2025. Thank you for being here with us today. Whether you are here to present your research, support your peers, or simply learn something new, your presence shows how much we all care about the power and importance of language. Our theme this year, 2025, Language as a Catalyst for Unity, Innovations in Language Education, couldn't be more fitting. Language is more than just words. It shapes how we connect with others, how we understand different cultures, and how we solve problems together. And in a world that sometimes feels more divided than united, language can truly be the glue that holds us together. Here at UPNM, this event also aligns closely with our long-term strategic direction, UPNM 30. To reintroduce, UPNM 30 is our roadmap towards becoming a recognized global leader in defense, security, and academic excellence by the year 2030. But that journey isn't just about hard power or technology. It's also about communication, culture, and collaboration. That's where language plays a key role. So how does Laric 2025 support that mission? First, by encouraging high-quality language research and showcasing innovative ways to teach and learn languages, we are strengthening our academic foundation, one of the pillars of UPNM 30. Second, this platform allows our academics and students to share ideas, research findings, and best practices, helping to grow a stronger, more connected academic community. And third, by fostering collaboration between researchers, both within and outside UPNM, we are building bridges that will lead to impactful joint projects and future innovations in language education. Laric 2025 may be a competition, but more than that, it's a celebration of ideas, creativity, and human connection. I'm proud of the work of our center has put into organizing this event, and I'm even prouder to see so many passionate minds coming together today. On behalf of the organizing committee, I would like to express my sincere gratitude to, first, the Vice Chancellor for his continuous support and belief in the power of academic innovation. Second, Pusat Pengurusan Pendidikan dan Inovasi (PPPI) for their guidance and backup. Third, Bahagian Teknologi Maklumat dan Komunikasi (BTMK) for their technical support. Fourth, our esteemed panel of judges, keynote speakers, and session moderators. And most of all, number 5, I thank my dedicated organizing committee for your tireless effort, commitment, and teamwork in making Laric 2025 a reality. To all presenters, congratulations for making it this far. To our judges and guests, thank you for your time and your wisdom. And to everyone here, enjoy the event, ask questions, make new friends, and most of all, be inspired. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Laric 2025. Let's make it a memorable one. Thank you.
Special thanks to Professor Dr. Jawati for the welcoming speech just now. We would like to invite all participants and the audience to switch on your cameras for the photography session. Puan Hafiza, are you ready?
Yes, okay. So we have 4 frames today. So I will take the picture frame by frame, okay? Frame 1, just smile, okay? 1, 2, 3. Okay, Second frame. 1, 2, 3. Third frame. 1, 2, 3. And last one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone.
A gentle reminder to our audience to ensure that you receive the best resolution. We strongly encourage our audience to access this meeting platform with a computer. Thank you so much, everyone. Now let's watch an introduction video which consists of snippets from the various submitted videos from participants of Laric 2025. Ladies and gentlemen, the momentum of our event today will be continued by introducing our first keynote speaker. Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hilmi bin Norman is the Director of Leadership and Professional Development Center, University Kebangsaan Malaysia. In line with the theme, Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hilmi will deliver a keynote address titled AI-Powered Immersion and the Metaverse, Transforming Language Learning for a Global Future. With all due respect, I would like to pass the floor to the moderator for our first keynote speech of the day, Dr. Emily binti Abdul Rahman.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kamarul. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning. My name is Dr. Emily Abdurrahman, and I have the pleasure of being your moderator for the first keynote session of the Language Research and Innovation Competition, Laric 2025. Before we begin, allow me to extend a very warm welcome to everyone here today. We are truly excited to host the second edition of Laric. For everyone's information, the first Laric was held in 2023, and it is wonderful to see both returning participants as well as new faces joining us this year. Your support and contributions make Laric such a vibrant platform for sharing ideas and innovation in language education, and we are very happy to have you with us. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move on to our first keynote speech of the day. This morning, we will explore the fascinating world of AI-powered immersion and the metaverse, and how these innovations are transforming the way we learn languages. In today's digital age, education is no longer confined to the four walls of a classroom. With the metaverse and artificial intelligence, we are looking at a future where learning is not only more interactive and engaging, but also more personalized and global. To share his insights, we are truly honored to have with us today Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hilmi bin Norman, a leading figure in digital and futuristic education. Dr. Hilmi is the Director of the Professional and Leadership Development Center at University Kebangsaan Malaysia, UKM, and has held numerous leadership roles, including Deputy Director of Instructional Technologies at UKM and Vice Chairman of the Malaysian E-Learning Council for Public Universities. His work has gained international recognition with 4 prestigious awards from Apple for his contribution to educational transformations, and also invitations by UNESCO to share his expertise on global platforms. He also serves on the board of directors of the International Association for Blended Learning, where he helped shape the world's first blended learning policy, the IABL Dubai Declaration Blended Learning 2025. At the national level, Dr. Helmi has worked closely with the Ministry of Higher Education on e-learning policies and publications, and has been instrumental in projects such as the Digital Educational Learning Initiative Malaysia, DELIMA, developed in collaboration with Apple, Google, and also Microsoft. His research spans across 4 IR innovation, mobile learning, and digital inclusion, with publications in high-impact journals, including studies on the educational digital divide during the pandemic. With such an impressive background and a passion for shaping the future of learning, we are indeed very fortunate to have him with us today. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hilmi bin Norman, who will be delivering his keynote speech entitled AI-Powered Immersion and the Metaverse, Transforming Language Learning for a Global Future.
Hello, everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera. Thank you very much, everybody, for joining me today at Laric 2025 Language Research and Innovation Competition, organized by University Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. Thank you very much again, UPNM, and also the LARIC 2025 committee for inviting me to deliver this keynote on AI-powered immersion and the metaverse, transforming language learning for a global future. So I am Associate Professor Technologist Dr. Muhammad Helmi Norman. I'm an Associate Professor of Digital and Futuristic Education at the Faculty of Education, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, or the National University of Malaysia. Now, today I'll be talking about AI-powered immersion and the metaverse. So, to transform language learning for a global future. So, I will be delving on 5 topics here. The 5 topics here are the first one, why AI and AI-powered immersion, and to how to define intelligence in the future. Third, on how AI and AI-powered immersion. And then fourth, I'll be touching about the AI toolkit for higher education. And fifth, of course, some future directions on AI-powered immersion.
Hi everyone, I am Professor AI, UKM is AI Assistant. I was called by Associate Professor Dr. Helmi to help him today with his sharing. Without further ado, let's kick off with the first segment, Why AI and AI-powered immersion. Let's invite Dr. Helmi for the first section of
Thank
his
you
talk.
very much. So I will be bringing an assistant to the Professor AI. All right, so AI, the AI teacher. So again, why AI and AI-powered immersion for transforming language learning for a global future. Now, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I came back from the Digital Learning Week 2025. So the UNESCO Digital Learning 2025, very powerful event, very. I think if you're very interested in education and technology, the future of learning, and the theme was AI and the future of education, you should check it out. UNESCO Digital Learning Week 2025. It was held in UNESCO Paris in the headquarters from 2 to 5 September. And they were talking about disruptions, dilemmas, and directions of AI and the future of education. So just to share with you some quotes from UNESCO 2025, each week brings new breakthroughs in generative AI, fueling bold claims that machines may soon match or surpass human cognitive ability. So here you can see that machines, this is a claim, a bold claim, that machines will soon match or surpass human cognitive ability. So it brings us to the questions of these technologies, visions of artificial general intelligence, AGI, or even artificial super intelligence, ASI. Imagine features where AI does not only reshapes how we learn, but also redefines what we value and how we understand intelligence. This is the central corpus that I'm going to talk about today. The central theme is intelligence itself, and how we define intelligence, artificial intelligence, and also human intelligence. And again, has profound implications for education, challenging us to reconsider its purpose, priorities, and what it means to be human in a world increasingly shaped by machines. So again, technology, whether we like it or not, whether we want it or not, whether we, are against AI, are against technology, we don't like it, or we really love it. It's of course a love and hate relationship, but again, it's here to stay. AI is here to stay. Emerging technologies is here to stay. Fourth industrial revolution is here to stay, and it is here. Today, the talk will be about how we redefine, how we reconfigure, how we rethink, how we, deliver language learning, how we deliver education in a broader sense, teaching and learning in the fourth industrial revolution, or the AI revolution, right? Okay, now here are some pictures of the UNESCO event. Of course, here the Secretary General, Assistant Secretary General, Mr. Fani was talking about. So I think some provoking questions here. here in I was selected some of the provocations, uh, you know, that was highlighted in UNESCO Digital Learning Week. So the first one, AI, so whether to integrate AI or to ban AI from learning. So there is a thought, an idea that to preserve cognitive skills, do we ban AI or do we integrate AI? And second, to invest in AI platforms or hire millions of teachers. This was again by Miss Stefani. So if you look at a slide here, invest in AI learning platforms or hire 45 million teachers. And number three, if AI is not human, so AI can be plagiarized. So this is a very, very interesting question. So these are the provocations of the UNESCO Digital Learning Week 2025. Right. So now from the global context, bringing into the Malaysian context. This is a study that was done and reported by the Edge Malaysia newspaper. I think it was in June or July. I think it was June 2025. But here, the highlight is bring your own AI, not bring your own device anymore. So it's not just for Gen Zs, it's not just for Gen Zs. Right here, if you see that the Gen Zs, 18 to 28, so employees across every group are bringing their own AI tools to work, and 85% are bringing their own tools to work. This is a study done, okay, with thousands of workers, right? Millennials, 78%, Gen X, 76%, and baby boomers, look at that, 73% are bringing their own AI to work. So this is something that is disrupting the job market, disrupting the world of the industry. So here at the university, we have to equip our students for the world that is not just the world of tomorrow, but the world of today that is looking at how AI is disrupting everything. So here you can see, bring your own AI. AI is not just for Gen Zs, but for all, facets of the society.
Wow, awesome, Dr. Helmi. Thanks for the sharing on the global practices of AI. Now, let us delve to the next topic, which is about how human intelligence is different from artificial intelligence and how we assess these type of
Thank you,
intelligences.
Professor AI, again helping me with the second topic on how to define intelligence in the future for transforming language learning. Okay, now this is the traditional way of assessment, okay, where we look at the Bloom's taxonomy. Okay, the Bloom's taxonomy here, going from the lower order thinking of remember and going up the ladder or going up the triangle here or the pyramid to the pinnacle or the top of the top of the pyramid, and the top of it is create, where when you reach the higher order thinking, it design, assemble, construct new knowledge, formulate, you can investigate. So these are of course the higher order thinking skills that we look at. Again, here the provocation I will bring to you is student intelligence measured and assessed via cognitive, affective, and psychomotor. But this is actually the traditional one. But how do we assess AI right now, and AI becoming helpers, AI becoming script writers, AI helping students. So let's have a look at the AI-based assessment classification by Digital Education Council in partnership with Pearson. So what they did is they classified assessments into three types of assessments. First is AI-free assessments. So this is the traditional one. No AI at all. And the second one, AI-assisted assessment, where there's like some parts of the assessment is AI censored, and the last one, that's AI. Sorry about that. That is actually a fully blown AI, exam assessment. Yeah. All right. Now, for the provocation of Laric 2025 or Laric 2025. So three provocations that I will bring to you. If students in AI co-create and develop learning materials together, how is cognitive measured? How is affective measured? How is psychomotor measured? So, and secondly, if AI presents together, it's like co-presents with me now. How is cognitive measured? Is it now the intelligence of human, or is it the intelligence of AI, or both together? Okay. And for the first one, if students co-create together, students, AI now is very powerful. Until now, we're raising the concept of ethical students plagiarize, copy and paste. Is that the intelligence that we want, the human intelligence that we measure already, or do we have to change the assessment, to change the way we teach and involve AI in the process? So this is the provocations that is very interesting, is very disrupting to higher education, and we have to really think about it. And number three, if AI helps students take exams, how is cognitive measures, right? So this is a very true. For instance, for let's say AI-based exams, for instance, let's say a open book test, right? When I gave an open book test to my students, but knowingly that students will use AI, how much AI is involved, and through their presentations, their words are their words of AI words? Do they memorize the AI word? So this is a very, very pressing issue, and it really disrupts, and it's very mind blowing, and it really redefines how we assess intelligence, yeah, in a human and artificial intelligence set, yeah.
The sharing is getting more interesting, very intriguing indeed. Now let us move to the next topic, which is how AI and AI-powered immersion for transforming language learning for a global future.
Thank you very much, Professor AI, co-presenting with me today. So now the third topic is how AI and AI-powered immersion for transforming language learning. Now, here are some best practices at UCAM integration of AI-powered immersion environments in a university course. So this is the course in the Faculty of Education, what we're doing here, and then how we collaborate with the industry to bring this, to scale this up to a national level. Right now, of course, sorry, this is in Malay, but this is the Amalan Terbaik Pembelajaran Imersif bagi Pendidikan Tinggi, or the book on best practices of immersive learning in higher education, published by the Ministry of Higher Education. I was involved with this book, publication of this book, as an editor before, when I was the deputy chairman for Malaysian E-Learning Council for public universities. So thank you for the team to create this. Again, this element, again, is in Malay, but this is the elements of development of metaverses for higher education. So you have four, which is the Jalan Cerita admission. So the mission, where you have to select the subject or the target audience, the genre and also the mission, and also the objectives of the learning. And then you move to the digital assets, where involves environment props and the videos, the skybox, the portals, and then you're moving to the avatars, which is the playing character, and then the NPCs or the non-playing characters, and then moving to the audio for the background music, the recordings, the narrators, the sound effects. And now moving to how do we design for such environments, AI, the metaverses, now going to this metaverse, how we design for this course is, of course, integrating the Bloom taxonomy, integrating with the metaverse. Of course, after if MQA designs a new pedagogy based assessment, that would be awesome, and we can integrate that. But for now, it is using the Bloom's taxonomy, and then linking it to this framework of development of metaverses. All right, now how do we design the pedagogy? Is by students planning the development of futuristic materials with collaborative mind mapping based on learning problems in schools with the help of AI. And again, number two, students develop a metaverse world for teaching based on the maps developed with the help of AI. And three, in the pedagogical design, students created metaverse-based videos. So let's have a look on what they created here. Collaborative mind mapping with AI. So this is one of the students' mind maps where they created a a world that involve micro wars, in the body where the pathogens have a fight with each other, and it's like pathogen versus the medicine, I guess. And then there's invasion, and then how we can fight these pathogens. And what they did is they use AI for creating the scripts, but again, using AI as a helper in terms of the script writing, but again, moving towards that human intelligence factor in emphasizing their scripts into life using this Coggle or collaborative mind mapping tool.
Exhale the night, let it go. Breathe out, soft and slow. Breathe in.
Hi, New Oxygen. We are sensory cell for smelling. It is I that makes human experience the sensation of smell, and we are covered by mucus. Look. Hi, New Oxygen. We are sensory cell.
All right. Okay. So this is one of the world's. This is just an example of simulation. Actually, this was created by the middle school, secondary school. But again, this shows how the metaverse was created by the students in our course, and then of course replicated to the nationwide initiative, which we collaborated with the Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation later. Okay, now we also created metaverse-based videos with AI. Let's have a look on how the students created that. So with the previous example, students created the models with AI, the 3D models now, not just text to text with ChatGPT, but text to 3D models, text to music, text to images, and a lot more. So let's have a look at this video to have a look at some of the metaverse videos. So from the metaverse, they recorded the scenes in metaverse and they recreated these scenes to make it as an induction set for the teaching and learning in schools and also universities. Yeah.
Wow, there are many clothes here.
I don't even know the names of some clothes. It's dazzling.
Let's take a look at the names of these clothes. Hey student! Welcome to my English class. I am teacher Joey. Let's learn the name of clothes together. This is my purple color sweater.
All right. Okay. So that is one of the videos. So let's have a look at the second video, which is now skewed to assessment. Let's have a look at their follow-up video.
Now it's time to go to the Halloween party. Wow, they are wearing nice costumes.
Play this video to do the assessment.
It looks interesting. Let's answer the question.
Trick or treat! Welcome to my Halloween party. In this Halloween party, you can see all the guests are wearing Halloween costumes. So, in this activity, you have to read the question. Then, identify the name of the clothing and choose the correct answer. Last, check your answer. Question 1. The man is wearing gray jeans. Question 2. Chucky is wearing colorful sweater. Question 3. The bunny man is wearing gray jacket.
All right.
Question 4.
Okay, so you can have a look at all these videos at the repository which we created for the Metaverse World and Metaverse videos at Cikgu Cikgu UKM by Faculty of Education UKM. Most of the videos are in Malay, but we have some in English. So you can have a look, check it out. URL Cikgu Cikgu UKM. So just type Cikgu Cikgu UKM YouTube, and you can assess you can access the materials here. And the materials are in terms of the the videos, so the video based the metaverse based videos, and then you can click under the details section where you can have a look at the here's one video, so you can have a look at the links there, and then you can have a look at the metaverses and experience the metaverse together, and then you can use that for your teaching and learning in this environment. So this is SMK Metaverse, where you learn about sustainability. All right. All right. Cool. Right, so the Meta School is the collaboration with the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation. Sorry, here's the strategic industrial. So I translated this from Malay. So it's strategic industrial collaboration with Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation. So what we did is we did it nationwide with all 11 states, 12 states, I think 11 or 12 states. But again, with 1,000 over 1,000 metaverses were created by the teachers and students. So very, very powerful initiative. And what we did is we brought the Cikgu UKM experiences and then deployed it in a nationwide pilot project, nationwide pilot project with Meta School, and also strategic collaboration with University Kebangsaan Malaysia, and also the Ministry of Education. All right. So now we have a look at some of the metaverses that were created by the schools. Here you can see metaverse one is Sekolah Kebangsaan Camp Grahas in Malacca. So the subject was English. So these were kids, primary kids, and then so what we did in the courses or the workshops, they were 2-day workshops, and the first morning or first day in the morning, what we did is we taught them about how to create metaverses, and then at the second half of the day, what they did is they brainstormed with the students, with the teachers. The students brainstormed with the teachers. The teachers were the subject matter experts, and the students were technical experts. And what they did is we mashed them up, and they created metaverses together. And on the second day, they were given a few hours, and then they presented. So very powerful. So 2-day workshop to create these metaverses. Let's have a look at the first metaverse. So this is English year 4. It's about mummification. Sekolah Kebangsaan Camp Grahas, awesome. And the avatar there is exploring the pyramid. And as you notice, you have some notes here. To make a mummy, ancient Egyptians washed the body. So here they took the 3D models open source, which is free available online, and they integrated into the spatial platform. So these are the metaverses that were, the 3D models that were taken here, and then sort of integrated in the metaverse. And here you see some quizzes, and these quizzes were sort of the reflection or the assessment part of the metaverse. Okay, now we'll have a look at the second metaverse. So this is by Sekolah Menengah Kebangsaan Tunku Abdul Rahman, Pulau Pinang, which the subject was Malaysian University English Test MUET. Okay, so they said, we have problems in MUET. And then, so they created a metaverse here. They designed a metaverse linking to the themes that were in MUET regarding sustainability. So it was related to water pollution, air pollution, and then there were themes in MUET, and again, a very powerful metaverse created by the Form 6 students. Again, if you see the sofa on the far end there, they could hang out and play some music and also reflect on the learning. So a very beautiful metaverse created by the Form 6. So you can have a look at all the metaverses that we created, or the students actually created, again organized by Malaysian Digital Economy Corporation in strategic collaboration with Universiti Kebangsaan Malaysia and also Kementerian Pendidikan Malaysia, or Ministry of Education. So ukm.my/metaschool.
This is so cool, Dr. Helmi. It's very interesting to see how AI and the metaverse can be combined to create AI-powered immersive environments. I can't wait to create my own metaverse for teaching and learning. So let's move on to the next topic, which is a toolkit by Dr. Helmi on the different roles of AI in teaching and learning. Let's hear Dr. Helmi talk about his generative AI toolkit for higher education.
Thank you very much, Professor AI. So generative AI toolkit for higher education. So what I've done is actually I've created a toolkit, and it's a toolkit according to the AI rules in higher education. So what are the AI rules that can be can be assumed by the AI? This is again, so here, some AI leadership roles. They can become a professor guru. They can act as curriculum designers, script writers, you name it, videographers, tutors, research assistants, 3D model creators, music composers. So I think to make this work, I think the key thing here is to assume or to treat AI as semi-humans, and they can assume the roles of AI. If you don't have, if you don't have the funds to hire a research assistant, then AI, you can go for AI. If you don't have funds for tutors, no problem, you can do that. If you don't have funds for graphic designers, AI can do that for you. So this is the way to rethink how we can embrace the power of AI, embrace the quality of AI into our.
This is a very useful toolkit, Dr. Helmi. I now understand how AI can be used in multiple roles for higher education. AI can be used to help me in roles such as curriculum designer, teaching material developer, AI tutor, exam grader, and also research assistant. Wonder what is left for humans after AI has taken all the jobs in higher education. Eh? Huh, just kidding. Anyway, let us invite Dr. Helmi for his final section to share some of his reflections and future directions for the topic today.
Thank you, Professor AI. Oh, you know how to make jokes, yeah? All right. So, assuming all the roles in higher education. Okay. So, now the future directions on AI-powered immersion for transforming language learning. Okay, so now what we have to do, what we can do to enable AI to be, empowered is revisiting the role of AI in curriculum development, in learning materials, in delivery, in assessment, in language learning. So how do we make use of the power, the advantage, the benefits that AI can provide us, and all these emerging technologies, not just AI, but all these emerging technologies, all these metaverses, all this VR and AR, cryptocurrencies. So all these things, the drones, the robots, take all them, take all of them. Smart wearables. You have these the brain computer interfaces. How do you make them very powerful? How do you make them as an advantage to education? This is a very important question. And again, second is review and draft sustainable policies and guidelines for the integration of AI and advanced technology. This is very important as well. Of course, emerging technologies are are emerging, are coming, and like last month there was new AI. This last week, last hour, okay, last minute. So the you get my saying, you get my idea. Is what I'm saying is actually technology is rapidly emerging from the market, emerging, and we have to take this opportunity and have a look at how it can really help in teaching and learning. And three, establish partnership with industries, with NGOs, with government agencies, with the public, with all the people that want to collaborate. I think we empower them to help our students with future careers is, I think, very important for the jobs of today and also the jobs of tomorrow.
It looks like this the end of my job today in co-hosting the session with Associate Professor Dr. Helmi. Now, before we go, I would like to share some words of advice. Now, if you have not yet applied AI in any of your teaching and learning, do start quickly. You don't want to miss the boat. If you have done some AI, now is the time to start applying much more AI, right? It is better to be late than never. My final words, do integrate AI, but do it by thinking about human intelligence in mind, about how AI can assist humans to become more and more intelligent, not the other way around. Don't be scared of me and my fellow AI assistants, because we are here to help and not disrupt education. Let us start empowering AI and AI-powered immersion in higher education.
All right. Thank you, Professor AI. Some words of thought. I mean, that's very interesting. Don't be scared of me and AI because we're here to help. And then you're saying that, we should focus on how to excel, to accelerate human intelligence above AI. And then AI is helping, the artificial intelligence is helping humans become more intelligent than ever. So again, my final takeaway for you, driving teaching and learning together with AI, metaverse, and AI powered immersion, and also the AI powered immersive learning environments for the future of learning. Thank you very much. This was me, Associate Professor Technologies, Dr. Muhammad Helmi Norman from the Faculty of Education, University Kebangsaan Malaysia, talking about AI-powered immersion and the metaverse transforming language learning for a global future. Thank you again, Laric 2025 and UPNM. And again, thank you to everybody for joining the keynote today. Thank you very much. Let us empower, or let us go for AI powered immersion and the metaverse for transforming language learning for a global future. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Helmi, for the truly inspiring and thought-provoking keynote on AI-powered immersion and the metaverse in language learning. We will now move into the Q&A session. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have any questions, please feel free to either raise your hand if you would like to ask directly, or you can also use the chat button to type in your question, and I will be more than happy to read it out on your behalf. So we look forward to your thoughts and reflections. Before that, let me find out if Dr. Helmi is in. Hello, Dr. Helmi. Dr. Helmi, can you hear us?
Oh, hi.
Hi,
Helmi.
Dr.
Thank you very
Hilmi.
much.
Thank you
Yes,
so
yes,
much for
yes.
being with us today. Dr. Hilmi is very busy, but Alhamdulillah, he's here with us today. So,
Thank you.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
really for the invitation here, and
Okay.
also welcoming me to UPNM. Even though virtually to the Language Research and Innovation Competition, LARIC 2025, I'm honored to be here with everybody in the keynote speech, and also this prestigious event. Yes.
Okay, thank you so much, Dr. Hilmi. We are truly honored to have you today with us. So, let me get the ball rolling. As the moderator, I have a question. So I'm very interested in the metaverse just now. So where do we sign up if we want to learn how to create this metaverse world? Or where can we sign up our kids to learn how to make the metaverse world? Because it's very, very interesting. Yeah. Doctor, we cannot hear you. Dr. Helmi, we cannot hear you. Okay. Still no sound. Hold on, Dr. Hilmi. The technical team is trying to rectify the
Okay.
problem.
All right.
Okay, all right.
No
We
worries.
can hear you
I
now.
got it.
Okay.
Yeah, no worries, no worries. So yeah, where do you sign up? Okay, yeah, that's interesting. So now what we are doing actually is we are continuing the roadshow between the Malaysia Digital Economy Corporation. So the Meta School project just now is actually organized by MDEC, and then collaborating as a strategic partner with University Kebangsaan Malaysia, Faculty of Education. So we are teaming up with MDEC and helping them roadshows around Malaysia. So as a actually it's actually a pilot between the students and also the teachers, because students have awesome technical abilities, and but their thinking sometimes is you have a box, sometimes it's out of the box, sometimes there's no box. So, so their thinking is sometimes very very creative. That's why we need teachers as subject matter experts and also content experts to actually moderate and give, like, restrictions, or give, how do you say, valuable advice to the students to gear up. So that's why we work with teachers and all those students. Students really know how to do that quickly. Actually, we train them for 2 days only, but let's say in the morning we do the training, afternoon they discuss with the teachers and they develop, and tomorrow they straight away they can present, because just to say that actually the metaverses, this all this VR AR actually is their world. Students, or young people, the generation alpha, the generation beta, they live actually in the metaverse, they live in Roblox. It's like, oh yeah, I want to buy Robux and do some enhancements to my house, and then they treat it at is they live in the digital world and they live in the physical world, but we live in the physical world and we try to sort of learn about the digital world, and it's very different for them. So just these provoking things that I delivered in the keynote was actually to bring us to actually the discussion at a global level, and now a local level in Malaysia, also here in UPNM in this innovation conference. I think that's the thing that we have to rethink about, because of course we are now in in the phase. Yes, AI is starting new, this emerging is still emerging, but they will be not emerging anymore in 2 3 years time. So we have to sort of design learning, design teaching and learning, design our future trainings to align with the students of the alphas and the betas. They live in this digital world, not just us, just physical world, and we try to live in digital world, because I still remember one speaker was talking from UNESCO. She said, like the Gen X, I'm Gen X, so very old, okay? X and the baby boomers. We didn't, we were born with no digital, and then we had to learn how to learn about digital. Maybe the millennials and Gen Zs are a bit different, but because they live in the digital world. But now
Yes.
the alpha and beta, they live in the AI world, which is more
Yes.
different, more difficult. So is we have to prepare them actually and prepare ourselves for teaching and learning in this AI world. So this is very, very different, and something to think about.
Yes, I agree with that. Okay, we have a few questions from the chat. So I'm going to read out. The first one is from Dr. Kadira. Okay, she asked, what steps can lecturers take to prepare themselves, or to prepare ourselves to integrate AI into teaching practices and enhance language instruction?
All right.
Very closely related to what you have explained just now. Yeah, what is this baby boomers, the yeah, all the generations before Gen X or Gen Z before Gen Z. Yeah.
Thank you, Dr. Emily. So thank you, Dr. Kadira, or Prof. Kadira. Before that, I see some comments also. Thank you, Prof. Surinder from UM, and also the lovely comments in the chat. Okay, so answering to that question, what steps can lecturers take to prepare themselves to integrate AI? Okay, first of all, I think baby steps. uh, First of all, use ChatGPT. Try ChatGPT first. I think that's very important. I, I, I I assume that everybody's, all these workshops I'm going to, all these, talks. I always say, okay, if I have a physical people in front of me, I say, okay, now a few human people in front of me, I say, who does not use ChatGPT? Please raise your hand. Nobody raises their hand. So I think is the first step, but how to use it ethically, how to use it in your teaching and learning is very different from socializing. You can, it's like the students or the children, they use metaverses, they use Roblox for social. So it's the same as us. For, of course, using AI for social is different from using AI in teaching and learning. So that has to be well designed, and it's not one size fits all. but it's about thinking about what can you get, as I proposed just now, right? So if the students co-creates, how do you measure intelligence? How do you measure the cognitive? How do you measure the affective? How do you measure the psychomotor? And is the relevancy of Bloom's taxonomy still relevant, or we need an upgrade in the AI, taxonomy, which is linked to Bloom's, and I think this is the time now, very important to sort of not only digital, not going digital, but going AI. AI is a very, very powerful tool and is very disruptive actually. But we should redesign and rethink, treating them as humans. Are they humans? Can they be plagiarized? Or, are they tools, but very enhanced tools? And I think the essence of the intelligence is very important. But do go to the toolkit that I showed you just now, and try it out. You will know which one fits you, because we can show you a lot of things, but sometimes no, 3D models is not for me. No, metaverse is not for me. But some of them, they click, they know how to do it, they want to do it. So I don't think one size fit all, but bring your own AI, as I said just now. So bring your own AI. So choose your own AI that can fit the teaching and learning of your field.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Helmi. So after this, is it okay if we share the slides that you share with me, with the
Yes,
audience?
yes, no problem. Yes, sure.
All right, okay. So we will share the slides with everyone. So you can go back to the slides and um, click on the or use the QR code to look at all the AI tools that has been shared with our speaker just now. Okay, so we have another question from Encik Fahimi. With AGI or ASI coming, what kind of transformation you foresee in the teaching and learning of higher education?
Okay. Wow. Okay. This is a very hard question. Thank you very much. AGISI. Okay. Yes, as UNESCO stated just now at that in the front, yeah, of course the field is growing rapidly. AGI, ASI, and then you have like this quantum, computing and everything. Computers are getting very powerful. As I said, AI now is a trend. But 2-3 years, it will phase out. And like you have AGI, you have this for robotics and everything. So brain computer interfaces now going in. I think the future is linking to these sensors. You have those wearables, you have the brain sensors, you have the like smart clothing. The fourth industrial revolution is actually the interlinking with the three worlds, which is the physical, digital, and the biological world. So the physical world, you have the robots, the drones, everything that we can see, and the digital is on the digital platform, metaverse, VR, AR, cryptocurrencies. You have the e-citizenship, and then you have the biological part, which is the wearables. You have the BCIs. So I think the interlinking with all these worlds will affect the education. Yeah, and it's our job as professors, as lecturers, as teachers, in this AI age, to equip our students for the workforce. Kesian mereka. So that's the pity to them if we don't prepare them for such environments. They got I don't know how to use. I've never used AI in my university, so that's a pity. It doesn't mean your whole like 4 months lecture has to be transformed. I think just a little bit. One course, start small, and then you will know which ones to integrate. I think that's very important. But yeah, as for that question, AGI, ASI, this emerging, it's like metaverse. Before this, metaverse was a hit thing, 2022, 2023, but now it's like it fell, like going down. But actually metaverse is just for me, is people collaborating together in 2D or 3D. So we can call it like collaborative VR. So actually it's the same thing. Maybe metaverse will wear out, but the VR will stay. So up to you to if you like it, you can join the boats. Don't miss the boat, but don't be afraid of the AI, as the Professor AI was talking about. So don't be afraid of AI, and try to embrace the good and bad of it. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much, Dr. Hilmi. We have another question from Dr. Erdawati Baka. Salam, Dr. Helmi. My question is, do you foresee any ethical challenges that might arise when learners interact with AI avatars or virtual interlocutors in the metaverse?
All right. Okay.
Ethical
Very, very
challenges.
interesting question. Yeah, doctor. Thank you, doctor. Very, very interesting. So, how do you see any ethical challenge? Okay, yes, AI avatars, virtual, yeah, intimate. Okay, first of all, technology is very when you bring something new. I like this like this sort of framework, okay, that I always share. Okay, a lovely framework is about adapting something new. So you have four phases. First is the forming phases. So it's the forming of something new, the forming of new pedagogy, the forming of new technology in our teaching and learning. Now it's like AI based pedagogy, metaverse based pedagogy. And then you go to the second phase, which is the storming. Oh my God, this is so disruptive. I don't know how to do this. This is so, there's a lot of problems. And then you go to the third phase, which is norming. Oh, this is normal. You just click this button. Oh, this is, I don't know how to use online learning in the pandemic. Now I know. I don't know how to use AI. Now I know. And then the final phase or the fourth phase is performing, where you understand the ecosystem, you understand the ethical, the bad and the good. Yes, ethical concerns, of course, arise, but we have to know how to tackle, because of course plagiarism, like copy and paste. But it's not about that. Copy and paste, of course, without physical, without digital or AI, actually the student can copy and paste from the book or the thesis. Actually, copy and paste is copy and paste. So it's not about the excellent tool, or the tool that we're talking about. Actually is the culture, the digital culture, the AI culture. That is the thing we have to cultivate. How do we deal with AI? AI can do this. We have never confronted a tool that is so powerful that they can, you just like put something and they can give responses back in quick succession. Very powerful computing. So this is why we have to redesign our teaching and learning. It's no more I'm sage on the stage. Before this, it was like teacher, and then we're moving to facilitator, we're moving to inspirer. Now inspire with AI, so it's different. The pedagogy changes. So I think we have to change with time, and then our pedagogy actually pedagogy or learning design has to change with it. We have to put some ethical boundaries there. And if students do AI, you have to restrict, like, okay, you can use AI 50%, or for like in my class brainstorming, you can use AI, no problem. But the metaverse, you cannot, because you have to put the 3D models. Yes, the 3D models you can generate using AI, but the storyline, you have to put the human intelligence above, and ensure that AI helps students to become more intelligent, the human to be more intelligent. I think that is the corpus of my presentation just now. How AI helps humans become more intelligent.
All right. Thank you so much, Dr. Helmi. Okay, here we have Encik Fahimin. He says, thank you, Prof, for the insight. And Dr. Kadira, thank you so much for your insight and sharing, Dr. Helmi. Oh, and we have our director from Pusat Bahasa, Prof. Dr. Jawati. Assalamualaikum. Okay, Assalamualaikum, Dr. Helmi. Thanks for the great sharing. A quick question. What is the reality of AI in the industry? Not in education and training, but others. Apart from brainstorming with ChatGPT, what else? Okay, so we have our director with us now in the
All
session.
right.
Thank you. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you very much. I think if you look at the toolkit that I showed you, I think very important to have a look at how AI is not just for text to text. Okay, we're saying text to text is ChatGPT, text to text, but actually is very powerful in terms of content creation. For instance, now we can create 3D models. For the metaverse just now, metaverse we can create. Now I think the trend is video. Like if you see the the ads in Facebook. I always see they're making these funny videos on like using Malay, and then like orang tua, like warga mas, talking about I become this. But I think these are the trends that are very powerful. So you don't have to have a studio now to create cinematic videos. You don't have to take videos from YouTube anymore. You can generate yourself. You can create local based avatars. You can create local based content now. It doesn't look American, it doesn't look European, it doesn't look Japanese. We want Malaysian people here in this content, so very contextual. Now you can create with your fingers only. So I think this is very powerful, Prof. And again, AI, like in music, now composition of music, you can create. If you hear, I don't remember if I showed some music, but again, you can compose music. You can do a lot of things. I think, and moving towards that, now the trend is video generation, but I assume after this, you can create metaverses. Even you type, I want a metaverse, then it comes out the metaverse. So I think this will be the future of AI. Very, very powerful, and actually it's quite scary. But again, we live in the world of disruption. We live in the world of advancement. Everything is advanced. For instance, your car, smart car. Your house, you want a smart house. For the kitchen, you want a smart kitchen. But for education, why is not smart? So that is something we have to think about, how to make it more smarter, how to make it more advanced, and then moving towards the future.
All right, thank you, Dr. Helmi. Okay, I think this would be the last question because we are actually at the end of our first keynote session. So the last one is from Encik Khairul Fidaus. Okay, this is an excellent session. I would like to ask something, Dr. Helmi. As we use more AI in education, what are some of the ethical issues we need to be careful about, especially when it comes to student privacy or any biases that AI systems might have? Okay. Ethical
Okay,
issues.
very, very hard concluding question. Thank you, Cik Karun. Okay, yes, AI in education and some ethical issues we need. Yes, definitely. Student privacy, AI bias. Yes, I agree. We were talking about localized AI, because actually our information that we feed to the AI, of course, is held by a company, right? It's held by servers. Definitely, we can, of course, it's about personal data, but we live in a world which is, I think, not personal anymore. That's very important, definitely. But your definition of personal, I think, is very important. For instance, in Facebook, in Instagram, in TikTok, what do we share? Actually, we share about our thoughts, our like where we go, our social life. So we share everything there. Is that personal anymore? And they're taking data and analyzing from your feed. So that is something. But when it goes to learning, we are very skeptical. No, no, cannot. TikTok can. So something to think about there. But of course, I definitely agree. It's very ethical, especially when moving with children, of course, with student data. What can we share? What we can share? Their full names, their age, their all these things, and to ensure that we have a clear transparency of how we use the data. I think is very important, and of course, biases. Again, the model of AI or LLMs is created by Europeans, or maybe maybe North Asians or South Asians. So it's very different than the Malaysian context. So of course, I think the trend is moving towards more AI, and then Malaysia also has the AI. I think Ilmu is coming out, the Chat GPT of Malaysia. I think we will go towards that. I think we will have a more localized one, but again, I think thinking about that is very important. Privacy in terms of local based AI is something to think about. Localized within the university, within the faculty, you can have your own AIs. I think that's the way to go for the future, to let's say, to safeguard regarding this privacy issue. But again, don't be scared of AI. Try it out. if you try, then you will know the good and bad of AI, and then you can use it to memacu pendidikan masa depan, or you go to integrate for the AI powered immersion, or the AI powered systems.
All right. Thank you once again, Dr. Helmi, for your inspiring keynote and for engaging with our participants during the Q&A session. So what we've heard today reminds us that artificial intelligence is not simply about technology, it's about possibilities. AI opened doors to more inclusive, creative, and personalized ways of learning, from early education right through higher education and even beyond. So it challenges us as educators to not only keep up with the innovation, but also to reimagine how we guide our students in an AI-powered world. So this truly resonates with the theme of Laric 2025, where language is celebrated as a catalyst for unity and innovation is embraced as the bridge to the future. As we continue with today's session, I hope we will carry forward the important questions raised in this keynote about how AI can support language learning, empower creativity, and also enhance teaching practices at every level. So with that, I sincerely thank Dr. Helmi once again for setting such a powerful tone for Laric 2025. But before we move on to the next keynote speech, I would like to invite all the participants to switch on your camera for a photo session with our keynote speaker. Okay. So,
Thank you very much, Dr.
yeah.
Emily, for moderating, and also the Laric team for organizing excellent, and also of course UPNM as organizer. Thank you very much, and also all the participants together today. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Maybe after this we can have another collaboration, face-to-face workshop maybe.
Definitely, sure.
Okay. All right. Okay, is everyone ready? Can I call Puan Nur Hafiza to snap our picture?
Okay. Let me check first. So we have 3 frames. Can everyone switch on your camera? Okay. Are we ready? Okay. For the first frame, just smile, everyone. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Second frame. 1, 2, 3. Okay. And the last one. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you, everyone.
Okay, thank you.
All
Bye.
right. Thank you, Dr. Helmi. Okay. All right. So thank you, everyone. So now I will hand the session back to our MC, Dr. Kamrul Arifin, to guide us into the next part of the program. So enjoy the rest of the session and all the best to all participants, all presenters. So thank you again for your support.
Respected audience, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the organizer, we would like to extend heartfelt gratitude to Associate Professor, Technologist Dr. Muhammad Hilmi bin Norman for his insightful sharing in our event. And thank you, Dr. Emily, for moderating the first session. Distinguished guests, we will now have our 10-minute break, and we will be back with the next keynote speech. Stay tuned. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope that you had a good break with a cup of coffee or maybe tea. And now let's proceed with our next agenda, which is our second keynote speech. Our second keynote speaker, Puan Nora binti Markum, Munshi Dewan Bahasa, a lecturer at Jabatan Pengajian Melayu, Institut Pendidikan Guru, Kampus Pendidikan Islam, with her keynote speech titled Pembentukan Karakter Jati Diri Bahasa Melayu melalui Inovasi Pengajaran dan Pembelajaran. I shall now pass the floor to our second moderator, Lieutenant Colonel Zazali bin Makding.
Terima kasih Dr. Kamarul. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Rabbi syarih sadari wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan salam Malaysia Madani. Yang berusaha Profesor Dr. Jawati binti Johari, Pengarah Pusat Bahasa Universiti Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia. Yang berbahagia Puan Nora binti Markom, Munshi Dewan Bahasa, Pensyarah Akademik Jabatan Pengajian Melayu, Institut Pendidikan Guru, Kampus Pendidikan Islam, para pensyarah, para juri, para tetamu jemputan, para peserta serta hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian. Alhamdulillah, marilah kita zahirkan rasa kesyukuran kehadrat Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala kerana dengan limpah kurnia dan izinnya kita dapat bersama-sama berhimpun dalam Language Research and Innovation Competition 2025 anjuran Pusat Bahasa UPNM pada pagi yang penuh bermakna ini. Bagi membuka tirai majlis, terlebih dahulu saya ingin merakamkan setitinggi penghargaan kepada pihak penganjur, para peserta, para jemputan dan semua yang sudi hadir meluangkan masa bersama kita. Sesungguhnya kehadiran tuan-tuan dan puan-puan sekalian memberikan lagi program kita pada hari ini. Program ini diadakan bertujuan untuk meningkatkan kefahaman dan kesedaran tentang kepentingan inovasi di dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran, terutamanya dalam era globalisasi yang begitu mencabar bidang pendidikan, dan seterusnya memberi pendedahan kepada kita semua mengenai aplikasi ilmu dalam bilik kuliah. Hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian, bagi ucap pertama kedua ini, izinkan saya memperkenalkan penceramah jemputan prolifik iaitu Puan Nora binti Markom. Puan Nora ialah pensyarah akademik Jabatan Pengajian Melayu di Institut Pendidikan Guru, Kampus Pendidikan Islam. Beliau merupakan pendidik berpengalaman lebih 26 tahun yang aktif menghasilkan bahan pengajaran berbentuk fizikal dan gamifikasi digital bagi mewujudkan suasana pembelajaran interaktif. Inovasi beliau telah mendapat pengiktirafan sehingga ke peringkat antarabangsa. Beliau turut giat berkongsi pedagogi bahasa Melayu di samping terlibat dalam penerbitan akademik, karya kreatif serta persembahan sajak di festival antarabangsa. Puan Nora telah diwakilkan sebagai Munshi Dewan Bahasa oleh Dewan Bahasa dan Pustaka yang berperanan sebagai pakar rujuk bahasa Melayu dan hal berkaitan perkembangan bahasa rasmi Malaysia ini. Beliau juga merupakan juru audit bahasa Melayu Kementerian Pendidikan yang akan menyemak dan mengaudit segala dokumen rasmi dalam penggunaan bahasa Melayu. Hadirin sekalian, tanpa melengahkan masa, mari kita sama-sama membuka minda dan memberi perhatian untuk sesi perkongsian ilmu daripada penceramah jemputan kita pada hari ini. Tajuk yang akan disampaikan adalah pembentukan karakter jati diri bahasa Melayu melalui inovasi pengajaran dan pembelajaran. Dengan segala hormatnya, saya mempersilakan yang berbahagia Puan Nora binti Markom untuk menyampaikan perkongsian beliau. Dipersilakan.
Pembentukan karakter jati diri bahasa Melayu melalui inovasi pengajaran dan pembelajaran.
Indah sulaman cindai puteri, rapi terletak di atas para. Salam sejahtera jadi penyeri, pengikat mesra, pembuka bicara. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh dan salam sejahtera. Alhamdulillah, bersyukur kita kehadrat Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala kerana dengan izin dan limpah kurnianya dapat kita bersama-sama berkumpul pada hari ini dalam majlis perkongsian ilmu yang pastinya banyak manfaat, iaitu pertandingan penyelidikan dan inovasi Laric 2025. Terlebih dahulu saya ingin mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Pusat Bahasa Universiti Pertahanan Nasional Malaysia atas jemputan dan kepercayaan yang diberikan kepada saya untuk berkongsikan buah fikir bersama-sama hadirin yang saya hormati. Dalam kesempatan ini, terlebih dahulu izinkan saya untuk membawakan satu ungkapan yang amat dekat dengan kita semua, sama ada terlibat secara langsung maupun tidak langsung dalam dunia pendidikan, iaitu pembentukan karakter jati diri bahasa Melayu melalui inovasi pengajaran dan pembelajaran. Sebenarnya topik ini bukan sekadar wacana akademik, tetapi satu isu asas yang menentukan hala tuju wajah bangsa yang merdeka dan martabat negara kita yang tercinta, Malaysia. Hadirin yang dihormati, kita sering melihat bahasa Melayu sebagai alat komunikasi semata-mata. Namun hakikatnya, bahasa ini merupakan nadi yang menjadi denyut budaya, sejarah dan nilai-nilai bangsa, rakyat di sebuah negara yang berdaulat ini. Walau bagaimanapun, dalam era globalisasi yang serba pantas, bahasa Melayu menghadapi pelbagai cabaran. Penggunaan bahasa rojak, pengaruh bahasa asing, penggunaan bahasa rancu dan kecenderungan untuk meminggirkan bahasa ibunda sedikit sebanyak telah menjejaskan kedudukan bahasa Melayu.
Wasiat yang disampaikan semasa Raja-Raja Melayu menurunkan tanda tangan persetujuan pembentukan Perlembagaan Persekutuan Tanah Melayu pada 5 Ogos 1957 ialah: Pertama, kami namakan dan kami panggil akan dia bumi yang kamu pijak dan langit yang kamu junjung. Persekutuan Tanah Melayu. Kedua, kami isytiharkan dan kami simpan untuk kamu dan kami benarkan kamu isytihar dan simpan untuk anak cucu kamu selain Gunung Ganang, Tasik dan hutan simpan, tanah simpanan Melayu sehingga nisbah 50%. Selebihnya, kamu rebutlah bersama-sama kaum lain. Ketiga, bagi menjaga kamu dan bagi melindungi anak cucu kami serta harta milik kamu, kami tubuhkan Regimen Askar Melayu Diraja selain untuk membantras kekacauan dalam negara dan ancaman dari luar negara. keempat, kami kekalkan dan kami jamin kerajaan dan kedaulatan Raja-Raja Melayu memerintah negara ini. Kelima, kami isytiharkan Islam adalah agama persekutuan. Keenam, kami tetapkan bahasa kebangsaan ialah bahasa Melayu. Dan ketujuh, kami amanahkan dan kami bertanggungjawabkan kepada Raja-Raja Melayu untuk melindungi kedudukan istimewa orang Melayu dan kepentingan sah kaum-kaum lain.
Hadirin yang saya muliakan, satu dunia sudah tahu bahawa martabat bahasa Melayu sebagai bahasa kebangsaan dan bahasa rasmi sudah dengan jelas dalam Perlembagaan Persekutuan Perkara 152. Kedudukannya telah diperkukuh dengan Akta Bahasa Kebangsaan 1967 yang menyatakan bahawa bahasa Melayu sebagai bahasa rasmi tunggal. Tidak cukup dengan itu, Akta Pendidikan 1996 telah menjelaskan lagi peranan bahasa Melayu sebagai bahasa pengantar utama dalam semua peringkat sistem pendidikan di Malaysia. Oleh itu, persoalannya bukan lagi mengapakah kita perlu mempertahan bahasa Melayu, tetapi bagaimanakah kita boleh melakukannya dengan berkesan. Kita semua perlu sedar bahawa bahasa Melayu bukan sekadar alat untuk berhubung sesama warga negara. Bahasa Melayu ialah cerminan identiti, budaya dan jiwa bahasa serta jiwa bangsa Malaysia. Bahasa yang menjadi alat perpaduan ini merupakan warisan nenek moyang yang kaya dengan nilai-nilai bumi, budi bahasa dan falsafah kehidupan. Oleh itu, menjadi tanggungjawab kita semua sebagai pendidik, sebagai ahli masyarakat, sebagai pewaris bangsa untuk memastikan bahasa ini terus subur dan mekar bukan sahaja sebagai bahasa ilmu tetapi juga sebagai bahasa yang membentuk karakter jati diri yang kukuh. Dalam konteks pengajaran dan pembelajaran bahasa Melayu, seringkali para pendidik berhadapan dengan cabaran. Kita tidak boleh lagi hanya bergantung kepada kaedah tradisional yang bersifat satu hala. Murid-murid hari ini yang dikenali sebagai generasi Z dan Alpha terdedah kepada dunia digital dan maklumat tanpa sempadan. Mereka telah belajar dengan cara yang berbeza. Mereka mahu berfikir dengan cara yang berbeza dan mereka juga ada jangkaan yang berbeza. Oleh itu, jika kita masih menggunakan alat tulis dan papan putih semata-mata, kita akan gagal untuk menyentuh hati dan minda mereka. Jelaslah bahawa untuk membentuk jati diri bahasa Melayu yang kukuh, kita perlu mengubah pendekatan kita dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran. Marilah kita akui bahawa proses pengajaran dan pembelajaran bahasa Melayu seringkali dilihat sebagai sesuatu yang tradisional, berpusat kepada penguasaan tata bahasa semata-mata dan kadang-kala kurang interaktif. Tanggapan ini telah membentuk persepsi dalam kalangan murid bahawa bahasa Melayu ialah mata pelajaran yang susah dan membosankan. Malahan ada yang berasakan bahasa rasmi negara Malaysia ini tidak memberikan nilai tambah dalam dunia kerjaya yang tinggi daya saingannya. Persepsi ini mesti kita ubah. Kepada semua yang hadir bersama-sama saya pada hari ini, inovasi bukan lagi pilihan, tetapi satu keperluan yang mendesak. Inovasi dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran bahasa Melayu ialah kunci untuk membuka pintu potensi mereka, menjadikan pembelajaran lebih menarik, sesuai dengan keadaan masa kini dan bermakna. Inovasi membolehkan kita menyuntik nyawa ke dalam setiap aspek pembelajaran bahasa Melayu. Hal ini telah dinyatakan dengan jelas dalam dokumen standard kurikulum dan pentaksiran Kementerian Pendidikan. Proses pengajaran dan pembelajaran bahasa Melayu berfokuskan penguasaan 3 kemahiran dan 2 aspek, iaitu kemahiran mendengar dan bertutur, kemahiran membaca, kemahiran menulis, aspek seni bahasa dan aspek tata bahasa. Sekarang, mari kita lihat sama-sama cara inovasi dapat membentuk karakter melalui kemahiran mendengar dan bertutur. Kaedah tradisional mungkin hanya melibatkan syarahan, hafalan dan keadaan ini mahu kita ubah. Kita ubah sama-sama. Murid-murid boleh menghasilkan satu program audio siar mereka tentang isu-isu semasa. Mungkin boleh membuat satu sesi deklamasi sajak secara digital atau berlakon dalam drama pendek yang dirakamkan dan dikongsi secara dalam talian. Seterusnya boleh dinikmati oleh semua lapisan masyarakat. Oleh itu, melalui aktiviti sebegini, mereka bukan sahaja belajar untuk berkomunikasi, tetapi mereka juga dapat membina keyakinan diri, rasa empati dan kemahiran berfikir secara kritis dan kreatif yang penting untuk mereka berhadapan dengan dunia nyata. Seterusnya, inovasi dalam kemahiran membaca dan menulis. Di samping penggunaan buku teks, kita boleh memperkenalkan satu platform buku elektronik interaktif, mungkin dalam bentuk blog atau aplikasi penulisan secara kolaboratif. Bayangkan, murid-murid bekerjasama menulis sebuah cerita pendek atau sebuah artikel dalam talian. Hal ini bukan sahaja memperkaya kosakata dan struktur ayat mereka, tetapi mereka juga dapat menjalinkan semangat kerjasama, tanggungjawab dan disiplin diri untuk menyempurnakan tugasan secara berkumpulan. Penulisan kreatif juga boleh diintegrasikan dengan teknologi seperti membuat komik digital, e-majalah atau penceritaan menggunakan video. Hadirin yang dihormati, dalam aspek seni bahasa, inovasi mampu menjadi alat pembentukan jati diri yang utuh. Seni bahasa seperti pantun, sajak, peribahasa dan cerita rakyat merupakan hazanah yang syarat dengan nilai-nilai murni dan falsafah. Melalui inovasi, murid-murid boleh membawa hazanah warisan bangsa ini ke alam digital. Murid boleh membuat persembahan pantun secara kreatif melalui video, menghasilkan muzik, video, sajak, puisi atau menceritakan semula cerita rakyat dalam bentuk animasi ataupun pelbagai bentuk digital yang menarik minat generasi muda. Hal ini bukan sahaja dapat meningkatkan apresiasi mereka terhadap keindahan bahasa, tetapi juga menyemai rasa bangga, hormat dan cinta terhadap warisan budaya bangsa sendiri. Apabila mereka berbangga dengan bahasa dan budayanya, jati diri mereka akan terbina dengan kukuh. Aspek yang sering dianggap kering iaitu tata bahasa boleh juga dihidupkan melalui inovasi. Kita boleh menggunakan teknik gamifikasi atau aplikasi pembelajaran tata bahasa yang interaktif. Murid boleh bersaing secara sihat dalam kuis, dalam talian. Mereka dapat menyelesaikan teka-teki ataupun membetulkan kesalahan ayat secara automatik melalui aplikasi. Mereka melaksanakan pembelajaran kendiri. Sebenarnya, pendekatan ini bukan sahaja menjadikan pembelajaran aspek tata bahasa menyeronokkan, malah memupuk nilai ketelitian, ketepatan dan kecekalan dalam diri mereka. Semua karakter ini sangat diperlukan dalam kehidupan. Hadirin, hadirat yang dihormati. Apabila kita menerapkan unsur inovasi dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran, kita secara langsung membina 3 elemen penting dalam jati diri bahasa Melayu. Pertama, kita melahirkan rasa cinta terhadap bahasa. Apabila murid melihat bahasa Melayu sebagai sesuatu yang menarik dan mengikut peredaran semasa, terutamanya perkembangan teknologi masa kini, mereka akan mula menghargai dan mencintai bahasa rasmi negara sebagai satu daripada warisan dalam diri mereka. Kedua, memperkukuh pemikiran kritis. Inovasi pengajaran dan pembelajaran membolehkan murid-murid untuk tidak sekadar menghafal, tetapi juga menganalisis, menilai dan mencipta. Semua aktiviti yang merangsang perkembangan kognitif ini tentunya akan membina kemahiran berfikir yang diperlukan untuk mendepani cabaran masa hadapan. Yang ketiga, membina kreativiti dan inovasi. Bahasa merupakan medium kreativiti. Dengan memberikan ruang kepada murid-murid untuk menggunakan bahasa Melayu dalam cara yang baharu dan unik, kita telah menggalakkan mereka untuk menjadi seorang pencipta, bukan sekadar pengguna. Hadirin yang dihormati, inovasi pendidikan menyediakan ruang dan peluang untuk mengubah pelajar kita daripada sekadar pengguna bahasa kepada pencipta bahasa yang menarik. Mereka tidak hanya membaca teks sedia ada, tetapi mereka diberikan ruang untuk menulis cerita baharu. Mereka mengemukakan idea, mereka mencipta kandungan baharu dan semuanya dalam bahasa Melayu. Transformasi ini merupakan kunci untuk memastikan bahasa Melayu tidak hanya bertahan tetapi terus berkembang. Dalam usaha kita untuk memastikan semua perkara ini dapat kita capai, pastinya ada banyak pihak yang memainkan peranan penting. Hadirin yang dimuliakan, perubahan cara fikir berkaitan inovasi memerlukan peranan yang proaktif daripada pelbagai pihak, terutamanya persekitaran masa, kerana anak muda zaman kini mereka terdedah dengan sumber digital. Dalam konteks ini saya menumpukan kepada para pendidik, ibu bapa dan ahli masyarakat, kerana para pendidik, ibu bapa dan ahli masyarakat merupakan insan yang dikurniakan oleh Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala dengan kognitif, minda, akal yang mampu berfikir. Seruan saya kepada para guru dan pendidik pada semua peringkat, peranan anda, peranan kita bukan lagi sebagai penyampai ilmu semata-mata, tetapi sebagai fasilitator yang membimbing dan merangsang minda murid-murid kita di sekolah rendah, di sekolah menengah dan juga kepada para pelajar kita di Institut Pendidikan Tinggi. Hal ini bermakna anda dan saya perlu sentiasa belajar, sentiasa berfikiran terbuka dan tidak pernah menolak untuk menguasai alat dan teknik pengajaran dan pembelajaran yang inovatif. Yang paling penting ialah kita sebagai para pendidik siap siaga untuk berani keluar daripada zon selesa untuk mereka bentuk aktiviti yang menyeronokkan dan bermakna kepada anak didik kita. Selain daripada pendidik, peranan ibu bapa dan masyarakat pastinya memainkan peranan yang sangat penting. Jadi dalam konteks ini, sokongan keluarga dalam menggalakkan penggunaan bahasa Melayu yang betul di rumah merupakan asas yang paling dominan. Mana mungkin segala usaha yang dilakukan oleh pihak kerajaan dan pihak sekolah dapat dicapai kalau di rumah tiada sokongan berterusan daripada ibu bapa. Andainya jika masih ada yang berbunyi tentang nilai bahasa Melayu dalam pasaran global, ingatkanlah bahawa insan yang mampu mengharungi segala cabaran ialah individu yang kukuh jati diri, bangsa, negara dan sentiasa bangga akan identiti negara yang tercinta. Kita ingatkan mereka. Kadang-kala manusia ini sifatnya pelupa. Jadi sama-sama kita saling beringat antara warga negara. Selain itu, tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, ahli masyarakat. Semua kita ahli masyarakat perlu bersatu hati untuk membina sebuah ekosistem yang mesra bahasa Melayu. Usaha ini dapat dicapai dengan menggalakkan aktiviti kebahasaan seperti kelab buku berbahasa Melayu. Nampak klise sangat ya. Tetapi ini merupakan satu perkara yang mungkin kita boleh imarahkan. Banyak aktiviti kebahasaan telah dilaksanakan oleh pihak Kementerian Pendidikan terutamanya. Baru-baru ini, sambutan Bulan Bahasa Kebangsaan telah diadakan dengan sangat meriah di PICC Putrajaya dan juga pelancaran petah KPM yang dapat mencungkil bakat generasi muda supaya dapat menzahirkan idea dengan sangat hebat dan lancar. Dan dalam konteks ini, satu entiti ahli masyarakat, tentunya para pemimpin. Rakyat sentiasa berharap para pemimpin menjunjung kedaulatan bahasa kebangsaan kerana pemimpin merupakan suri teladan kepada rakyat dalam penggunaan bahasa Melayu. Jadi semua perkara ini yang mungkin sudah biasa kita baca, sentiasa diangin-anginkan kepada kita sejak bangku sekolah lagi dan sehingga sekarang. Kita tahu peranan masyarakat sangat penting, namun mungkin sekali-sekala kita cuba fikirkan apakah yang telah kita sumbangkan untuk memartabatkan bahasa Melayu. Jadi kita semua berperanan penting untuk memupuk satu perspektif yang positif bahawa bahasa Melayu ialah bahasa ilmu, bahasa kerjaya dan bahasa masa hadapan. Hadirin para pembentuk generasi Malaysia, hendak 1000 daya, tak hendak 1000 alasan. Bolehlah kita rumuskan bahawa terdapat 4 teras penting apabila kita membicarakan peranan inovasi pengajaran dan pembelajaran dalam pembentukan karakter jati diri bahasa Melayu, iaitu yang pertama melalui pengintegrasian teknologi dalam pendidikan, yang kedua strategi pengajaran berpusatkan murid, yang ketiga kesediaan guru membudayakan inovasi pendidikan dan yang keempat sokongan berterusan daripada persekitaran masa. Jadi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, hadirin yang saya hormati, pembentukan karakter jati diri melalui bahasa Melayu bukanlah satu proses yang berlaku secara spontan. Semua orang sedar tentang perkara ini. Tindakan ini merupakan usaha yang berterusan, kreatif dan berani untuk keluar daripada zon selesa kita. Inovasi dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran bahasa Melayu menjadi jambatan yang dapat menghubungkan warisan lampau dengan realiti masa kini. Inovasi menjadi alat untuk kita menyuntik nilai-nilai murni ke dalam diri murid, menjadikan mereka insan yang bukan sahaja mahir berbahasa tetapi juga insan yang berakhlak mulia, berfikiran kreatif dan berjiwa besar. Hadirin yang saya muliakan, bahasa Melayu bukan satu beban untuk kita. Tetapi bahasa Melayu merupakan aset yang tidak ternilai harganya, bahasa rasmi negara yang perlu kita pertahankan. Inovasi dalam pengajaran dan pembelajaran menjadi kunci untuk memastikan bahasa Melayu tidak hanya bertahan tetapi terus berkembang, dan peranan kita semua sebagai guru, sebagai ibu bapa, sebagai pelajar, sebagai masyarakat secara keseluruhannya amat penting dalam memastikan bahasa Melayu terus dimartabatkan dan lestari. Jadi tuan-tuan dan puan-puan, marilah kita mengubah persepsi, marilah kita berinovasi, dan yang paling penting marilah kita menjadikan bahasa Melayu sebagai pembina karakter jati diri yang kukuh, berintegriti dan berdaya saing. Para pencinta inovasi sekalian, saya kongsikan serangkap pantun untuk penutup bicara. Kalau tuan mengayal ikan, jangan lupa singgah di muara. Inovasi pendidikan kita perkasakan jati diri bahasa Melayu, maruah negara. Ayuh kita perkasakan bahasa Melayu sebagai bahasa yang hidup, bahasa yang malar segar sepanjang zaman, dan bahasa yang sentiasa di hati bangsa Malaysia. Sekian, wabillahi taufik wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Kalau nilai permata terletak pada kilauan canaian bentuknya, nilai bangsa dan negara terletak pada karakter warganya. Sekian, bahasa jiwa bangsa.
Majlis merakamkan ucapan terima kasih kepada Puan Nora. Alhamdulillah, dengan izinnya saya sudah ucap pertama yang disampaikan oleh Puan Nora binti Markom, Munshi Dewan Bahasa pada Language Research and Innovation Competition 2025 Anjuran Pusat Bahasa UPNM sebentar tadi. Bagi pihak penganjur, saya ingin merakamkan ucapan setinggi terima kasih dan penghargaan atas kesudian beliau meluangkan masa bersama kita dan menyampaikan perkongsian ilmu dan buah fikiran yang begitu relevan dan bermanfaat. Sesungguhnya input yang diberikan sebentar tadi amat membuka minda dan memberi inspirasi kepada kita semua. Hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian, kini tiba masanya untuk sesi soal jawab bersama penceramah kita. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan boleh kemukakan soalan melalui chat button atau dengan menekan raise button. Dipersilakan. Okey, mungkin sementara menunggu soalan-soalan yang dikemukakan, mungkin saya ada satu soalan untuk Puan Nora. Assalamualaikum Puan Nora.
Ya, Waalaikumsalam. Alhamdulillah.
Apa khabar ya?
Ya, sihat, sejahtera adanya. Apa khabar Tuan?
Alhamdulillah. Terima kasih bersama kami pada pagi ini. Jadi mungkin soalan inilah saya nak kemukakan sementara kita menunggu soalan-soalan yang lain yang akan dikemukakan. Okey, soalannya Ponora, dalam era TikTok dan media sosial, sejauh manakah masyarakat terutamanya golongan muda benar-benar memertabatkan bahasa Melayu? Bolehkah medium ini menjadi alat pemerkasaan atau sebenarnya ancaman kepada bahasa Ibunda?
Okey,
Terima
baik.
kasih.
Terima kasih, Puan. Soalan yang sangat baik dan sangat sesuai lah dengan keadaan masa kini, ya, iaitu penggunaan wahana TikTok, ya. Dan sebenarnya saya pun terpaksa buat akaun TikTok kerana keperluan, ya. Dan saya ingat lagi hantaran video pertama saya merupakan isu bahasa. Masa tu kes dia ada satu rancangan televisyen, boleh stesen TV swasta yang sangat terkenal. Mereka buat satu program dan ada perkataan yang menjadi perbahasan. Kemudian adalah banyak pihak yang bertanya kepada saya, bukan saja pelajar-pelajar tetapi banyaklah yang PM saya, ya, yang bertanyakan hal tu. Lepas tu saya fikir macam mana saya nak jawab ni, ya, sebab banyak kali soalan yang sama berulang-ulang. Jadi oleh sebab tu saya kata, oh, kena juga ni ada akaun TikTok. Jadi saya pun minta bantuan anak saya untuk tunjuk macam mana nak buat akaun TikTok dan saya jawab melalui video tersebut. Dan video pertama saya memang FYP lah, anak muda kata, ya. Dan memang alhamdulillah banyak komen dan memberi satu kesan yang sangat positif. Jadi apabila kita lihat penggunaan TikTok, ya, seperti yang Tuan tanyakan, sama ada memberi manfaat ataupun ancaman. Pada saya boleh dua-dua. Apabila apa-apa sahaja platform digital ataupun media sosial digunakan secara waras dan secara bertanggungjawab, saya pasti akan memberi kesan yang positif. Tetapi kalau digunakan sembrono saja, macam suka saja-saja tanpa rasa dan tanpa kawalan, sudah pasti akan memberikan kesan yang negatif. Dan dari segi aspek bahasa, contohnya, ya, banyak sahaja perkongsian bahasa yang bagus-bagus di TikTok. Dan saya juga banyak dihubungi oleh rakan-rakan bidang bahasa Melayu di negara Indonesia, di Brunei, di Singapura yang berkongsi tentang isi kandungan digital. Jadi perkara ni kalau saya tak ada TikTok, mungkin mereka akan sukar untuk hubungi saya dan tak kenal saya. Tetapi disebabkan oleh ada platform TikTok ni, jadi kami boleh berhubung secara maya. Saya tengok video-video yang mereka hasilkan, mereka lihat video yang saya hasilkan dan secara tak langsung berlakulah perkongsian dan perkembangan bahasa. Tapi memang kita kena akui kalau digunakan bahasa-bahasa rojak, bahasa-bahasa yang tak sesuai, pastilah akan menggugat perkembangan bahasa. Jadi peranan ahli bahasa untuk menyeimbangkan. Jadi supaya pengguna media sosial dia tahu kalau dia rasa bahasa dia salah, dia nak pergi ke TikTok yang mana. Okay? Dan dia tahu yang penggunaan perkataan ataupun penggunaan bahasa ini tak betul. Jadi kalau orang yang memperjuangkan bahasa tak masuk ke medan yang dipenuhi oleh orang yang banyak menggunakan kesilapan bahasa, bagaimana kesilapan itu mahu dibetulkan? Jadi kita kena betulkanlah mengikut cara yang kita mampu. Ya, pada saya itulah dua-dua, ada kesan positif dan ada kesan negatif.
Okey, terima kasih Puan Nora. Begitulah pencerahan jawapan yang diberikan. Jadi kita ada dua soalan di sini. Kita mulakan dengan Dr. Emily. Terima kasih Puan Nora atas perkongsian tadi. Puan Nora, bagaimana inovasi boleh disesuaikan dengan pelajar di kawasan pendalaman? Silakan Puan Nora.
Okey, baik. Terima kasih. Okey. Tentang bagaimanakah inovasi boleh disesuaikan dengan pelajar di kawasan pedalaman. Okey. negara kita Malaysia ni dah 68 tahun merdeka. Jadi apabila kita bercakap tentang kawasan pedalaman, kita kena lihat apakah infrastruktur yang ada yang boleh kita guna pakai dan kita sesuaikan apabila kita menghasilkan inovasi. Contohnya, kalaulah kawasan pedalaman itu tidak mempunyai kemudahan capaian internet yang bagus. Jadi sepatutnya lah kita menghasilkan satu inovasi yang tak memerlukan capaian internet. Dan begitu juga kalaulah capaian internetnya bagus dan sokongan-sokongan contoh elektriknya bagus, jadi mungkin kita boleh menghasilkan inovasi-inovasi berbentuk digital ataupun yang boleh dicapai melalui secara dalam talian. Jadi aspek prasarana di kawasan pedalaman itu sebenarnya main peranan yang besar. Tapi sebelum kita buat inovasi, perkara pertama yang kita kena fikirkan ialah kenapa kita buat inovasi tersebut. Jadi kalau kita nak buat sesuatu inovasi, pastinya kerana ada isu ataupun ada masalah. Lihat apa isu atau masalah yang berlaku di kawasan pedalaman tersebut dan kita cuba sesuaikan dengan kemudahan yang ada di kawasan pedalaman supaya objektif kita menghasilkan inovasi dapat menyelesaikan isu dan masalah yang kita nak.
Okey, begitulah jawapannya. Maknanya sama ada kita di bandar, di kawasan pedalaman, inovasi teknologi tetap boleh dilaksanakan. Mudah-mudahan menjawab soalan daripada Dr. Emily. Jadi kita teruskan dengan soalan seterusnya daripada Encik Ahmad Fahmi Amir. Puan Nora, sebagai tenaga pengajar bahasa Inggeris atau bahasa yang lain, bagaimana kita boleh membentuk jati diri kebangsaan tanpa meminggirkan bahasa ibunda yang lain? Silakan.
Okey, sekarang kita bercakap tentang untuk membentuk jati diri kebangsaan. Okey, maksudnya kita mengajar bahasa, tak kiralah apa sahaja jenis bahasa, dan untuk membentuk jati diri kebangsaan tanpa meminggirkan bahasa ibunda lain. Okey, apabila kita bercakap tentang jati diri kebangsaan, kita kena serapkan dalam diri pelajar kita negara mana. Apabila kita bercakap tentang negara, setiap negara ada identiti, ada asas pembentukannya. Apakah bahasa kebangsaannya? Apakah agama rasminya? Bagaimanakah struktur pentadbirannya? Jadi perkara-perkara tersebut kita perlu maklumkan dan kita kena beritahu dengan sejelas-jelasnya kepada anak didik kita. Itu perkara asas. Dan dalam konteks kita, Malaysia, agama rasminya agama Islam tanpa kita menidakkan agama-agama yang lain dan faham-fahaman yang lain, dan bahasa rasminya ialah bahasa Melayu. Dan mungkin seperti yang saya kongsikan dalam ucap pertama sebentar tadi, ada yang mengatakan bahasa Melayu tidak ada nilai pasaran, tidak ada nilai komersial pada dunia global sekarang. Tapi itulah yang perlu kita beritahu. Malaysia merupakan sebuah negara yang asalnya namanya Tanah Melayu. Dari Tanah Melayu berubah kepada Malaysia. Malaysia terhasil gabungan daripada Tanah Melayu, Sabah dan Sarawak. Jadi aspek sejarah tu kita kena kukuhkanlah dalam diri, dan tak kisah kita nak kuasai berapa banyak bahasa pun, tetapi bahasa Melayu, disebabkan bahasa Melayu ini merupakan bahasa rasmi, identiti sebuah negara kita. Ya, negara yang berdaulat. Kalau rakyat Malaysia tidak boleh berbahasa Melayu dengan fasih, tidak boleh berbahasa Melayu dengan betul, sebenarnya kita boleh katakan identitinya sebagai warga negara Malaysia kurang di situ. Kerana identiti negara Malaysia ialah bahasa rasminya bahasa Melayu. Jadi kena tahu cakap Melayu. Dan untuk ibu bapa dan kepada masyarakat, ya, bagaimana kita nak mengelakkan bahasa rojak. Saya tahu kita apabila kita mempunyai pengetahuan banyak bahasa,
bagaimana kita nak elakkan bahasa rojak? Bahasa rojak maksudnya kita campur adukkan bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris, mungkin bahasa Inggeris, bahasa Cina, bahasa Melayu, bahasa Tamil dan sebagainya. Sebenarnya cara dia, apabila kita berinteraksi, kita galakkan pelajar-pelajar ataupun anak-anak kita habiskan satu ayat tu dalam satu bahasa. Contoh, dia nak cakap nak makan. Kita akan cakap, kita galakkan mereka untuk menghabiskan satu ayat dalam bahasa Melayu. Mak, saya nak makan. Okey, jangan kita galakkan, mak, saya nak eat. Eat tu bahasa Inggeris. Jadi kalau dia nak cakap bahasa Inggeris, biar satu ayat yang penuh bahasa Inggeris. Kalau dia nak cakap bahasa Cina, biar penuh satu ayat tu bahasa Cina. Maksudnya bukan satu sesi komunikasi tu satu bahasa. Tidak, maksud saya satu ayat satu bahasa. Sebab kita memang tak menafikan, memang kita paling asas lah kita di Malaysia ni. Kita akan fasih dalam bahasa Melayu, bahasa Inggeris atas keperluan memang bahasa antarabangsa. Jadi untuk elakkan campur aduk bahasa ni, bahasa rojak, kita galakkan paling mudah lah asasnya. Satu ayat, satu bahasa. Mula-mula cakap bahasa Melayu dulu, mak saya nak makan, lepas tu ayat kedua, I want to eat spaghetti. Contohnya lah macam tu. Jadi biar habis satu ayat, satu bahasa. Jadi itu satu aspek macam mana kita nak pupuk dia ada faham bahawa bahasa ni kita perlu baca dalam satu ayat yang lengkap. Itu berkaitan bahasa. Dan kalau berkaitan dengan jati diri kebangsaan, paling mudah macam ni lah. Setiap negara ada identiti, macam tadi satunya bahasa. Dan satu lagi kita ada lambang negara. Bendera Malaysia. Kalau anak-anak tak dapat bezakan antara bendera Malaysia dengan bendera negara Amerika, jadi itu dah sesuatu yang perlu kita fikir balik lah. Kerana setiap bendera tu kan ada identitinya, jadi itu merupakan cara lah untuk kita memastikan generasi muda dapat mengukuhkan jati diri kebangsaan. Jadi berkaitan dengan bahasa, berkaitan dengan lambang-lambang negara, dan pada masa yang sama kita menggalakkan anak-anak kita menguasai bahasa-bahasa yang lain sebab itu memang satu keperluan dan kelebihan. Okey.
Okey, terima kasih Puan Nora jawapan yang begitu terang dan jelas kepada soalan yang ada tadi lah. Okey, mungkin saya nak jemput Encik Dini Ashraf. Puan, saya ada satu soalan. Mohon izin untuk berbicara secara lisan. Silakan Encik Dini.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Utamanya terima kasih Puan Nora atas perkongsian yang diberikan. Nama saya Dini Ashraf. Saya merupakan tenaga pengajar bahasa Perancis sebenarnya, tapi saya sangat minat dengan perkembangan bahasa Melayu. Puan, saya sebenarnya ingin mohon pandangan Puan tentang dua perkara. Yang pertama, adakah pada pandangan Puan apabila kita menggunakan atau kita ingin menggunakan inovasi dalam pengajaran, misalnya dalam aspek seni Melayu, adakah wujud sebarang sekatan dari sudut kreativiti tersebut? Saya berikan satu misalan. Misalnya dalam pengajaran sastra Panji, yang iaitu salah satu aspek dalam seni dalam kesusastraan Melayu, apabila kita ingin menggalakkan para pelajar untuk menghasilkan animasi, misalnya kita pelajar-pelajar ini menggunakan imej yang lebih dekat dengan paparan imej Melayu dengan tujuan untuk mempelajari tentang imej Melayu. Sedangkan sastra Panji itu situasi atau konteks asalnya bukanlah dekat dengan budaya Melayu yang diamalkan di Malaysia. Itu soalan saya yang pertama. Dan yang kedua, mohon juga pandangan Puan tentang cara untuk menangani suatu situasi yang kita perhatikan tentang penularan penggunaan leksikal, kosakata dan juga pengetahuan bahasa Indonesia yang sedang berlaku dalam kalangan para pelajar di Malaysia, yang seolah-olah dapat diperhatikan seperti menggantikan leksikal bahasa Melayu yang sepatutnya dituturkan. Mohon pandangan Puan. Terima kasih.
Okey, sebentar. Saya nak ulang balik. Ya? Saya ulang balik soalan. Soalan yang pertama tentang penggunaan image, betul? Penggunaan image dalam inovasi. Kemudian yang kedua, penggunaan kosakata daripada mana tu?
Daripada Indonesia yang seolah-olah menggantikan penggunaan kosakata bahasa Melayu yang dituturkan di Malaysia, Puan.
Okey, yang kosakata tu dalam kalangan siapa? Dalam kalangan kanak-kanak ataupun kalangan remaja?
Kalangan pelajar kanak-kanak.
Kanak-kanak. Okey.
Disebabkan kita pendedahan yang terlalu meluas terhadap media sosial dengan kandungan yang datang daripada Indonesia menyebabkan ia sedikit sebanyak mempengaruhi penggunaan kosakata tersebut, Puan. Misalnya teman menggantikan kawan, begitulah.
Okey, contoh yang baik sebenarnya teman tu pun saya ada ulas isu ni. Okey. Okey, sekejap ya. Saya catat, bimbang terlupa. Okey. Baiklah. Saya mohon izin untuk menjawab ya. Okey. Yang pertama tentang penggunaan image yang kita gunakan image yang berunsur kemelayuan, sedangkan bahan-bahan sastra tersebut bukan berasal daripada budaya Melayu. Betul? Begitu. Okey. Dekat sini kita kena fikir semula sebenarnya apa tujuan kita nak menghasilkan bahan tersebut. Okey. Apabila dia macam inilah konteks dia. Sebab saya teringat apabila Tuan bercakap tentang yang penggunaan image ni, saya teringat masa dululah, masa muda-muda, ada kawan dia belajar di luar negara. Dia kata, kami bersembang-sembang, dia cakap macam ni, tahu tak, kalau dekat England kan, hantu dia bukan Pontianak tau, hantu dia pakai baju gaun. Okey, kalau kita ni, kalau dekat Asia ni, hantu-hantu kita pocong, terbang-terbang, apa tu, apa kita panggil, hantu yang, itulah hantu yang Melayu lah. Tapi dia kata kalau hantu, dekat luar negara pun ada hantu, tapi hantu dia akan pakai gaun tau. Semua macam hantu pengantin, cakap macam tu. Cakap, oh, jadi kami pun duk sembang-sembang, kami kata, jadi maksudnya hantu ni memang ada dekat setiap negara, tapi dia akan keluar ikut budaya orang tu ke? Ya, kami duk bersembang macam tu lah. Tapi itu satu perkara yang kadang-kadang bila dipikir balik, macam kami pun jadi bahan lelucon lah. Tapi apabila kita tengok gambaran hantu di filem, kita tengok filem negara barat, filem Thailand, filem di kawasan Asia, kita pun nampak filem Cina, hantunya tentu berbeza-beza ikut negara tersebut. Okey, jadi apabila kita cakap tentang penjelmaan image dalam inovasi, jadi perkara pertama, kita nak bawa ke mana bahan inovasi kita tu sebenarnya. Adakah kita nak memperkenalkan cerita sebenar bahan tersebut, ataupun kita nak membuatkan pelajar kita ataupun audiens faham dengan membawa konteks tempatan dan menyerapkannya dalam cerita tersebut. Itu pendapat saya lah. Jadi sama ada salah ataupun tak salah, sebenarnya pada saya berdasarkan niat lah. Kita nak tengok konteks mana, tetapi kita dah tahu hikayat-hikayat ini ataupun kisah-kisah ini berasal daripada mana. Jadi mungkin kita boleh letak disclaimer, kita boleh buat makluman di situ. Dan atas sebab untuk memberikan pemahaman kepada konteks tempatan, jadi kita gunakan pengimejan berbentuk tempatan. Okey, itu yang pertama. Kemudian yang soalan kedua berkaitan kosakata Indonesia. Jadi soalan dia tadi tentang apa? Nak tanya pendapat ke atau tanya apa? Maaf
pandangan bagaimana cara kita nak menangani supaya pada masa akan datang, contohnya kanak-kanak ni apabila dia bertumbuh dewasa, penggunaan dalam karangan misalnya, dalam kemahiran menulis, dia tidak lagi bukanlah salah, tapi dia menggunakan kosakata yang kita amalkan di Malaysia.
Okey, baik. Sebenarnya tadi Tuan pun menggunakan perkataan bertumbuh. Okey, kalau dalam konteks bahasa Melayu biasa yang kita gunakan, selalu kita tak akan gunakan perkataan bertumbuh, kita akan cakap berkembang. Tetapi apabila Tuan biasa menggunakan perkataan bertumbuh untuk menggantikan perkataan berkembang, orang di sekitar faham dan menerimanya apabila digunakan berulang kali. Itu satu. Okey. Dari segi isu penggunaan istilah kosakata Indonesia, kita sebenarnya dunia tanpa sempadan dah sekarang. Kita tak boleh halang, tak dapat halang bahasa daripada Indonesia, bahasa dari Singapura, bahasa dari Brunei, Melayu Indonesia, Melayu Singapura untuk anak-anak kita lihat. Tetapi yang mungkin nampak yang dominan sekarang antara Malaysia dan juga Indonesia. Kerana Indonesia banyak menghasilkan bahan-bahan digital dan dipaparkan sama ada betul tak betul, mereka dengan meriahnya merancakkan suasana alam maya. Okey. Apabila kita nak cakap tentang penggunaan bahasa, apabila yang tadi contoh yang Tuan gunakan, Tuan petik perkataan teman, pada saya sebenarnya penggunaan perkataan teman tidak ada salahnya sebenarnya. Walaupun dalam video TikTok tersebut, saya tahu isu ini wujud dan memang tersebar dan memang boleh kata panaslah pada masa tu kerana seorang cikgu bukan marah tapi macam dia kata okey jangan guna perkataan teman ni bahasa Indonesia, okey. Tetapi sebenarnya saya berfikiran sebaliknya. Kerana perkataan teman dah wujud dalam bahasa Melayu, dalam kamus bahasa Melayu dah sekian lama. Selalu kita pun akan cakap, tolong temankan saya. Okey, ini teman saya. Sebenarnya untuk orang yang menggunakan perkataan teman untuk menggantikan kawan, dia tak ada masalah. Jadi perkataan teman, kawan, dalam bahasa Melayu ini merupakan sinonim. Maksudnya perkataan yang sama makna dan boleh diguna pakai dalam konteks yang sesuai. Jadi, pada saya, jika murid tahu perkataan teman itu boleh digunakan untuk mengganti kosakata yang dia tak sekadar tahu teman itu teman, tapi dia tahu kawan ni pun boleh guna untuk teman. Jadi pada saya, aspek positifnya apabila banyak bahan-bahan digital dari daripada negara jiran, sebenarnya kosakata murid kita menjadi lebih berkembang kerana mereka ni generasi Z, generasi alpha ni, mereka generasi yang malas nak buka buku. Terus terang cakap, mereka lebih suka tengok peranti saja. Jadi apabila mereka tak baca buku, jadi kurang kosakatanya. Jadi sekurang-kurangnya mereka tengok bahan digital dari negara seberang, jadi mereka terfikir, ini apa perkataannya? Tetapi dalam konteks ni, orang dewasa di sekeliling kanak-kanak ni lah yang main peranan. Jadi ibu bapa, guru-guru kita ni lah yang kena cakna tentang hal ini dan beritahu kepada anak-anak, okey, ini banyak digunakan di negara Indonesia, di negara kita kalau kita nak guna macam ini konteksnya. Dan kadang-kadang sebenarnya pendapat kita orang dewasa pun disebabkan kita mungkin dah biasa gunakan satu kelompok perkataan sampai ada satu masa kita rasa apabila perkataan itu popular digunakan di negara seberang dan ada yang menggunakannya di negara kita, kita rasa macam ini perkataan negara sana ni. Padahal perkataan tu, kosakata tu memang dah wujud dalam kamus kita. Cuma kita sahaja yang tak biasa menggunakannya. Jadi kita pun orang dewasa kita kena cakna juga tentang perkataan-perkataan tersebut. Tapi memang saya tak nafikan mungkin ada kesan, tapi kesan itu sebenarnya boleh diatasi, kesan negatifnya boleh diatasi apabila orang dewasa yang di sekeliling kanak-kanak ni tahu untuk memberitahu kepada kanak-kanak tu, okey yang ini sesuai kat sini, yang ini tak sesuai. Jadi peranan kita lah. Okey, terima kasih.
Okey, terima kasih Puan Nora di atas pencerahan sebentar tadi. Tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya hormati sekalian, menggunakan masa sangat mencemburui kita. Rasanya kita berhenti dulu untuk sesi soal jawab bersama penceramah kita. Sekali lagi ucapkan terima kasih Puan Nora dan terima kasih tuan-tuan dan puan-puan di atas persoalan yang diutarakan. Hadirin yang dihormati sekalian, sebagai kesimpulan boleh dirumuskan bahawa bahasa Melayu sebagai teras jati diri dan berperanan membentuk identiti nasional, budaya dan nilai masyarakat. Inovasi pengajaran dan pembelajaran memberi pendekatan kreatif, teknologi digital serta gamifikasi menjadi pembangkit untuk menarik minat pelajar terhadap bahasa. Dan akhir sekali, impak terhadap generasi muda dengan melahirkan pelajar yang berilmu, berkarakter, berjati diri kukuh serta mampu menjunjung martabat bahasa Melayu di peringkat nasional dan juga global. Hari sekalian, sebagai tanda kenangan, marilah kita membuka kamera untuk dirakamkan gambar-gambar bersama. Mohon Puan Hafizah merakamkan detik-detik kenangan terindah ini. Silakan Puan Hafizah.
Terima kasih Dr. Ghazali. Mohon semua untuk ke kamera ya. Sebentar saya. Okey, kita mulakan ya. Senyum saja. Saya akan kira ya sebab kita ada 3 frame. So saya akan pergi kepada setiap frame. Okey, 1, 2, 3. Okey. Second frame. Sebentar ya. Okey, 1, 2, 3. Okay, and last one. 1, 2, 3. Terima kasih semua.
Okey, terima kasih Puan Hafizah. Hadirin yang saya hormati sekalian, saya mengambil kesempatan untuk mengucapkan terima kasih kepada semua tetamu jemputan, para peserta serta semua pihak yang terlibat dalam menjadikan Laric 2025 ini. Semoga segala usaha dan kerjasama yang diberikan mendapat ganjaran yang setimpal daripada Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala dan dapat bertemu lagi dalam program yang akan datang. Akhir kata, pihak kami menyusun 10 jari memohon kemaafan andai terdapat sebarang kekurangan sepanjang program berlangsung. Saya, Laksana Zazali, moderator sesi kedua, sehingga berjumpa lagi. Sekian, wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Dan saya serahkan semula kepada Dr. Kamarul.
Thank you, Lieutenant Colonel Zazali, for moderating our second keynote speech, and a sincere appreciation to Puan Nora binti Marco for the intricate revelation shared with us in our event today. Ladies and gentlemen, we shall now move on to the pre-recorded parallel session. I would like to gently remind our audience today that the links to all video submissions are available via the QR code projected on the screen now. We thank everyone for your kind attention. We shall be back at 12:15 p.m. for the official announcement of the Language Research and Innovation Competition Laric 2025 winners. Stay tuned. Attention to our audience, we will begin the next session shortly. Please take a seat and get ready as the event speak will come next. Respected guests, ladies and gentlemen, now we have come to the most awaited by all of our participants. Without further ado, we will now display the winners of the Language Research and Innovation Competition, Laric 2025. Congratulations to all winners and participants. Ladies and gentlemen, with the winners announcement, we have now come to the end of the official ceremony of Laric 2025. On behalf of the Language Center and UPNM, I would like to thank everyone for your kind participation and contribution, and we look forward to your participation in our future events. And we sincerely hope that you have valuable insights and positive takeaways from this event. I would like to remind all participants that number one, the certificate of participation will be emailed and the medals will be posted according to the details in the registration form. Should there be any changes to the names on the certificate or your postal address, kindly notify us via email to the official Laric email, laric@upnm.edu.my. Please pay attention to the dates for each of the following. Please be reminded to get all amendments of the certificates and addresses done latest by tomorrow, 26th of September 2025. Meanwhile, if you would like to purchase extra medals for your team members, we have prepared a form to be filled and you are required to submit your order by the 30th of September 2025. At the moment of speaking, there are several buttons on top of this page for your perusal. The first one is for the list of winners. The second one is the form to order extra medals. The third one is for the feedback form. The fourth one is the link to download the extended abstract template. And the last one is the link to our official website. These links will be made available on our Laric official website. Moreover, I would like to draw your attention to the submission for the extended abstract, which is to be done by the 3rd of October 2025, as shown in the featured chat. Last but not least, we would like to invite all participants once again to switch on your cameras one last time for the photography session. Puan Hafizah, let's roll.
Okay. Let me see. Okay, everyone. So for the last time, I will count 1 to 3. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Yay. Okay. Next one. Second frame. 1, 2, 3. And last one. 1, 2, 3. Thank you, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, as you leave this meeting platform, a prompt to record your video testimonials will appear on your screen, and you are welcome to record your testimonials for us. Let's watch a short closing video to celebrate today's successful event. Till then, may all of us be blessed and see you again at Laric 2027. Have a good day ahead. Wabillahi taufiq wal hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.